And now I would like to say thank you to Guus Berkhout, who worked for Clintel for 7 years, all voluntary. Yeah, he invested a lot of his time and even money to do traveling and all that kind of thing. So he's 85 now. He will step down today. Officially, he will remain active. Last night we decided he should become the honorary president of Clintel, and we will let him know next week when we have our yearly party and dinner in The Hague, where he lives. And Guus couldn't be here today, but he recorded a speech, and we are now going to listen to that speech. Thank you.
Dear colleagues and dear friends, 7 years ago, at the end of 2018, I approached science journalist Marcel Krok with a proposal. Let us join forces and establish an international climate organization. Our mission was clear: to gain a deeper, evidence-based understanding of the causes and effects of climate change, and of the real impact of climate policies on economies and the environment. In March 2019, together with a group of volunteers, we founded Clintel. In this brand new organization, Marcel was appointed to Clintel's managing director, and I became Clintel's president. In the same year, we launched the World Climate Declaration and appointed ambassadors around the globe. Today, more than 6 years later, the declaration has been signed by over 2,000 scientists and professionals, and Clintel has 25 ambassadors. Much has happened in the world since 2009. Yet, the core message of the 2019 declaration remains as relevant and urgent as ever. It calls on politicians to stop spreading climate fear and state 3 fundamental points. Fundamental point 1. It is not primarily human activity, but the immense forces of nature that drive climate change, not only at present times, but as long as planet Earth exists. Point number 2. More fundamental research is needed before we can truly understand the complex processes in the climate system. For instance, water vapor and clouds seem to be way more important for the climate than just CO2 alone. Point number 3. Climate adaptation is by far the most effective and humane way to reduce damage and victims from extreme weather. Climate mitigation, by aiming for unrealistic emission reductions, has never saved $1 and 1 victim. In conclusion, the world urgently needs massive investment in honest climate science and in innovative adaptation technologies. Dear friends, I hope that these principles will remain the cornerstone of Clintel in the years ahead. With the national chapters we are now establishing in all countries, we finally have the structure to bring Clintel's message to every corner of the world. On this occasion, I wish to mention another important issue. We have repeatedly tried to organize an open, international scientific debate with organizations such as IPCC. However, every single invitation was declined. That is not only incomprehensible, it is most unscientific. After all, every major breakthrough in the history of science has come from dissenting voices. It is therefore with immense pride and gratitude to announce that Dr. Václav Klaus, former Prime Minister and former President of the Czech Republic, has agreed to succeed me as President of Clintel. With his stature, experience and network, he is uniquely placed to finally force the real climate debate that has been avoided for so long. Dear Václav, a very warm welcome to Clintel. To mark this moment, we have chosen a small but symbolic gift for you. A traditional Dutch windmill in the famous Dutch blue porcelain. For centuries ago, thousands of these elegant windmills were the pride of the Netherlands. They were true technological masterpieces that drained our polders, turned grain into flour, and helped to make our small country prosperous. Above all, they were in harmony with nature. But already at that time, the Dutch realized the fundamental disadvantage of this innovation. No wind, no power. Therefore, already in 1852, the Dutch started to replace their windmills by weather-independent, steam-powered pump houses. Today, by contrast, the gigantic modern wind turbines that now dominate many natural landscapes represent the opposite. Despite their impressive size, they deliver unreliable, weather-dependent electricity. They industrialize our countryside and seascapes. They harm bird life and human health. And they drive energy prices to absurd levels. They have become the very symbol of an ideology-driven, unsustainable climate policy. Dear Václav, this little blue windmill is a reminder of what real progress once looked like and of what the Dutch, already 170 years ago, did to make their vital water management system independent of the weather. Let this be an example for the world's future energy policy. Dear Václav, filled with pride for what Clintel has achieved until today, and with high expectations of what Clintel will achieve in the future, I now hand over the presidency to you. May Clintel, under your leadership, make decisive contributions to a rational, resilient, and prosperous world. Finally, dear Marcel, dear Clintel team, dear ambassadors, and dear friends, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your trust in me and for your tireless efforts to support Clintel. Keep surprising the world and continue this wonderful work. Thank you very much.
Wow, so